Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a story that combines culture, community, and the harsh realities of today's economy. We're talking about the iconic Notting Hill Carnival, a vibrant celebration of Caribbean culture that draws millions to the streets of West London every single year. For 2 days, the area is alive with the sounds of steel pans, the sight of incredible masquerade bands, and of course, the irresistible smell of Caribbean street food. But behind the colorful parades and pulsating music, a serious challenge is brewing for the very people who make the carnival taste so good: the food vendors. This year, as traders prepare for the massive event, many are facing a perfect storm of financial pressures. Persistent cost inflation and changes in government policy are forcing them to make some really tough decisions. Let's break down what's happening. The UK's hospitality sector as a whole has been under immense strain, and the small, independent businesses that are the heart and soul of the carnival are feeling it most acutely. One of the biggest culprits is the rising cost of ingredients, especially chicken. Think about it. What is the one dish you absolutely have to eat at Notting Hill Carnival? For many, it's jerk chicken. It's the star of the show. Annette Evans, the co-owner of Jerk Hub, a popular stall that's been at the carnival since 2021, explained just how central it is. She said, "Chicken is the big seller at Carnival and we're going through a fair bit of it every single day." But the price of fresh chicken has gone through the roof. According to data from market research agency Associa, the retail cost of fresh chicken has skyrocketed by over 46% in just 1 year. That's a massive increase for any business to absorb. So, what are vendors like Annette doing? They're getting creative, but it comes at a cost. Jerk Hub, for instance, is switching from boneless chicken thighs to cheaper bone-in cuts of chicken to try and keep their expenses down. It's a small change, but it's a direct result of these soaring prices. And it's not just about the ingredients. The prices for customers are also creeping up. Annette mentioned that a meal at her stall will cost £15 this year. That's up from £14 last year, and just 4 years ago, it was only £10. That 50% price hike in just 4 years really paints a picture of the inflation these small businesses are battling. But the rising cost of food is only one part of the equation. Labor costs are another huge headache for these traders. Earlier this year, the government increased employer national insurance contributions, or NICs. The rate went up from 13.8% to 15%. More significantly, the salary threshold at which employers start paying this tax was lowered. This change has hit the hospitality sector hard, and carnival vendors are no exception. To cope with this, Annette Evans from Jerk Hub has had to make a drastic decision. She's cutting her staff in half. The stall, which previously employed 12 people, will now operate with just 6. To navigate the complexities of the NIC's rise, she's also planning to use an agency for staffing rather than employing people directly. It's a strategic move to mitigate costs, but it highlights the pressure these businesses are under. They're being forced to downsize their operations at what should be their busiest and most profitable time of the year. The story is similar for other vendors. Take Diego Burton, the man behind the Jerk Ponda Corner food stand. He's facing such intense fears about profitability that he's decided to work the entire carnival completely alone. He usually has a team of 5 people helping him out. Can you imagine the stress of running a food stall solo during an event that attracts millions? Diego admitted, "I'm stressing quite a bit. The cost of everything is going up. Chicken is expensive now." In fact, the price of poultry has hit him so hard that he's had to reduce his chicken supply and pivot to focusing more on his curry goat dishes. It's a fundamental change to his business model, all because of external economic forces. These individual stories are snapshots of a much larger trend. Restaurants, pubs, and industry lobby groups across the UK have been sounding the alarm about these rising employment costs for months. It's a squeeze from all sides. Ingredients cost more, labor costs more, and even the fees for just being at the carnival are going up. Several traders mentioned that the fees they have to pay to the Royal Borough of Kensington and Chelsea, the local authority for the area, have surged in recent years. The council says these fees, which vary based on a stall's size and location, have risen on average by about £2 per square meter per year. They state this is to cover essential services like providing toilets, conducting safety checks, and managing the massive cleanup operation after the event. While these services are undoubtedly necessary, for a small trader already grappling with razor-thin margins, every single extra cost adds to the burden. It's not just the direct financial costs either. Some businesses have decided that the combination of rising costs and other logistical challenges is just too much to handle. Dub Pan, a Caribbean food and drink seller with 6 locations across London, has made the difficult decision to skip the carnival this year. It's the first time in 3 years they won't have a stall. Their chief executive, Matt Maya, cited the national insurance rise as a major factor, saying it's adding pressure to our base business. But he also mentioned logistical difficulties caused by tight policing and concerns about security and safety of the team as reasons for their withdrawal. This is a significant loss for the carnival's food scene. The issue of policing at the carnival is a long-standing and controversial topic. This year, the Metropolitan Police announced they would be reintroducing live facial recognition technology for the first time since 2017. They insist that there are strong safeguards in place to prevent discrimination and protect human rights. However, this move has been met with significant pushback. The UK's equalities watchdog, the Equality and Human Rights Commission, recently stated that the police force's deployment of this technology was unlawful, and a judicial review is currently ongoing. For a business owner like Matt and Maya, weighing the financial viability against potential security and safety concerns for his staff, the decision not to participate becomes understandable. So, with all these challenges, soaring food prices, higher labor costs, increased fees, and security concerns, what is the future of food at the Notting Hill Carnival? It's a question that goes right to the heart of what this event represents. To understand why this is so important, we need to look back at the carnival's history. The event as we know it today was born in 1966, but its roots go back even further, to a parade organized by community activist Rahan Laslet. It was created in the wake of racial tensions, riots, and the racially motivated, still unsolved murder of Kelso Cochran, a 32-year-old Antiguan carpenter. Members of the Windrush generation, who migrated from the Caribbean to Britain, were fundamental in establishing the carnival as a powerful statement of culture, resilience, and joy. Over the decades, it has evolved into a global cultural touchstone. The lively parades, the open-air sound systems, and legendary performances by artists like Jay-Z, Busta Rhymes, and Stormzy have solidified its status. But at its core, it remains a celebration of Caribbean heritage in a neighborhood that has, over time, become increasingly upmarket. The food stalls are a vital, living part of that heritage. They are the taste of the carnival, the link to the traditions and flavors that the Windrush generation brought with them. That's why, despite all the difficulties, vendors like Annette Evans feel it's crucial to be there. She put it perfectly. The Windrush generation has come here and established quite well. To have that taken away just because of the cost of ingredients would be a shame. For her, and for so many others, this is about more than just business. She said, "It's really important to us to keep our culture alive." And that's the real takeaway here. The story of the Notting Hill Carnival food vendors isn't just a business news story about inflation. It's a story about cultural preservation. It's about the fight to keep a tradition alive in the face of economic adversity. These vendors aren't just selling food. They are sharing a piece of their history and their culture with millions of people. Every plate of jerk chicken or curry goat served is a connection to the Caribbean heritage that defines this incredible event. So if you're lucky enough to be at the Notting Hill Carnival, remember the story behind the food you're eating. Remember the challenges these vendors are facing and the passion that drives them to be there anyway. Support them, appreciate them, and celebrate with them. Because by doing so, you're helping to ensure that this vital part of our shared cultural landscape continues to thrive for many more years to come. What do you all think about this? Have you been to the carnival and noticed the price changes? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this video insightful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more deep dives into the stories that shape our world. See you in the next one.